One of my
Booker?
favorite one of my favorite musicians is the drummer for the Barksdale Bubble. So I'm an
Oh, is it
authentic
actually
fan.
a band?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
I love it.
They're a good rock and roll soul band.
yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
Okay,
Hey,
so
Asha.
let's get
Hey, good
going.
morning.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
here we are. Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and whatever
Kwanzaa started
Kwanzaa.
yesterday.
Hmm?
We've got it. We're representing everything.
Festivus.
This
Hmm.
Yes.
Aha.
Festivus, did someone say?
Festivus. Air the grievances.
Yes.
All righty.
All right. I'm muting everybody.
Okay.
I'm going to start with a reading that Pat may remember from Second Unitarian Church. I used to do it every service, and it seemed to be appropriate for today. It's by Kalidasa, and it goes, "Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the verities and realities of your existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, and the splendor of beauty. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Therefore, look well to this day, to this day." And today, what I'm going to talk about is something that a psychologist has called deferred living. And we're sitting here on the cusp of a new year, and it's a time where we naturally begin to reflect on our lives and start doing New Year's resolutions, and things of that nature. And the question is, why do we have to do that? Why do we have to make resolutions? Why isn't this an ongoing self-correcting process so that things don't get to the point that we have to make a massive insertion of will in our lives in order to redirect it into something that we think is going to be more pleasing? Um, Let me see if I can get this. Oh, just lost it. I had it. So hopefully I'll be able to find this quickly. Uh, oh, there it is. Okay. Dr. Lucia Ferrer from Madrid spent 15 years treating people who claimed they had no trauma. They functioned, smiled, worked, and yet they all described the same emptiness. "I don't feel joy even when things go well," people would report. And she discovered one common behavior: constant emotional postponement. These adults said the same phrase: "I'll rest when it's over." But nothing ever ends. Projects, goals, deadlines only multiply. The brain adapts to waiting for safety and stops releasing dopamine in the present. I want you to hear that again. Going back to this is physiology. This is what karma means. This is what dharma means. It means that's the way it is. You don't get a pass on this stuff. You don't get to do it, keep the deadlines, do all that kind of stuff, and still get to be happy. They're directly causally related. The brain adapts to waiting for safety and stops releasing dopamine in the present, which is the thing that makes things feel meaningful, that makes us want to do them again. Eventually, success brings no pleasure, only relief. Ferrer called it deferred living syndrome. It's not depression or burnout. It's the learned belief that peace must be earned. We train our nervous systems to expect meaning only after achievement. And you hear me talk about the Protestant work ethic, that idea that we serve God through working. Idle mind, devil's workshop, keep your nose to the grindstone, wheel the arm shoulder to the wheel, nose to the grindstone kind of thing. We constantly do that. But this is the direct consequence of that philosophy. Over time, that waiting becomes our only identity. Functional MRI scans confirm this. Those who suppress micro moments of joy, listen to that phrase, because that's very much a part of the whole idea of mindfulness. It was Annie Dillard in one of her books, I think it was Holy the Firm. She says, God has spread blessings like pennies. They're all over. She said, but that's just the point. Who stops to pick up a penny these days? We're not even allowed to have pennies anymore. But back in the days, this used to be a metaphor people related to. The body learns constant readiness, muscles tense, breath shortens, mind loops around unfinished tasks. It's trauma without a story. It's born from repetition, not from crisis. Dr. Ferrer said childhood pain ends when someone listens. Okay? But adult pain never ends because we keep postponing the moment to listen to ourselves. The real trauma isn't what happened. It's the habit of postponing life until everything feels deserved. And by then, you no longer know how to feel at all. So, in light of that, Matthew wrote me something, and he's agreed to let me share it.
Our Matthew.
Our Matthew. And this was following up on the Fra Giovanni reading that I think it was Corinne wrote about you. There are many things that can't be given to you, but that you can take, like peace, like joy. Well, it turns out that feeling worthy is another one of those things. No one's ever going to give you a stamp and say you're worthy, Billy. That's not going to happen. No one's going to say you belong. That's something that you claim. Matthew said, it hit me that being open to receiving and receiving itself is a prerequisite for feeling gratitude and self-esteem, okay? That if you want to feel gratitude and self-esteem, first you actually have to take something. You have to be able to receive something. You got to prime the pump. My gratitude and esteem lists often feel like school assignments, feeling nothing from them. Eureka, it's probably because my operating system is not programmed to receive love, friendship, and support, and other gifts of life. And that's why when the operating system gets taken down from meditation or yoga, etc., I can easily receive all things. Am I in my operating system or in my true self? That's a good question to ask. Good question to ask. And then I started diving a little bit deeper on this question. And again, this is the book I've been reading called Naked Buddhism by David Deida. And David is a spiritual writer who is moving beyond gender issues into what is the masculine, what is the feminine, what is the masculine in me, what is the feminine energy. And he has some beautiful things to say about this. It's very germane and shifts into some a little different focus. He says the deepest nature of the feminine heart is to flow open with love. No matter how successful you are in your career, if you have a more feminine essence, then your heart will not feel fulfilled unless love is flowing in your heart. Deep love, trustable love, a love that allows you to surrender and relax and open as love's graceful fullness. I love that phrase. So again, you hear that note of safety. I want a love that I can count on, that I can depend on, that I can feel safe in. No matter how self-directed you may have grown, your feminine heart blooms when it's filled with love. When your lover denies your love, then you feel hurt and you close. Suppose your heart is wide open, ready to flow with love, but your lover is unwilling, or maybe even aggressively unloving. Wounded by your lover's denial, your vulnerable heart cringes, closing down, protecting itself. Your heart hardens. Your yearning is frustrated within the walls of pain's closure, and anger begins to build. You shout, you make demands, you express rage, and under it all, your heart hurts, wanting only to relax and open as love. Behind most feminine anger is this deep yearning to love and to be loved. The masculine heart yearns not so much for love as for freedom. The masculine heart dreams not of swelling and fullness, but of finally being free, liberated from constraints. One day, if you work hard enough, your burdens will diminish. You will have enough money to do what you want. You'll figure out a grand theory and all the problems will be solved. You'll finish your projects and no longer be constrained by obligation. You will know enough, have enough, or succeed enough, so you're no longer afraid of loss or failure. In this moment, are you waiting for any achievements before you're willing to relax and open exactly as you are? Is your work life aiming for one day when you will finally be free to do what you want to do? Do you ever get angry with your lover or children because you feel trapped by their need for attention? When the masculine heart feels constrained by obligations, even obligations of love, it begins to feel trapped. The loss of freedom irks the masculine heart. Even if you've chosen your career, family, and intimate relationships, you can still feel trapped by them. You begin to dream of what it would feel like to be free and unbounded. Your needs and your anger can be simple signals to open more deeply, okay? And here's where spirituality differs from talk therapy or therapeutic answers. It says the answer isn't to address it or anything, is to go deeper into that moment behind this constriction. Your needs, why not open more deeply than your need for love or freedom right now? Because you're entangled in a life story, a drama of needs. The feminine heart is embroiled in the never-ending drama of love and its lack. Yes, I'm loved. No, I'm not loved. Yes, I am loved. No, I'm not loved. The masculine heart is riveted by the illusion of working towards freedom. I'm succeeding, I'm failing. I'm succeeding, I'm failing. If you have a more masculine essence, freedom is bliss. But the struggle for freedom makes you feel important. Listen to that line. The struggle for freedom makes you feel important. Working your way out of the trap gives your life meaning. With no problems to solve, you feel free for a while, but then you feel bored, useless, and obsolete. And this happens to us when we get into retirement. If you're not what you're doing, you don't have that to define you, then who are you? Your struggle for freedom makes your attention to life seem significant. Even trivial challenges of constraint and breaking free seem to give your life purpose. Sitting alone, you pick up a crossword puzzle. Resting at home, you watch sports. You track the stock market. You feel trapped by life's dilemmas. You relentlessly pursue financial success, artistic expression, social transformation, or spiritual liberation. If you open to freedom as it is now, your masculine adventure flashes as an unnecessary struggle. Your need for significance evaporates, and here's your solution. I'll say it again. As you open to the freedom in this moment, as you expand, your masculine adventure flashes as an unnecessary struggle, and your need for ego satisfaction evaporates. You are alive as spontaneous gifting. Each moment comes as it goes, and you too open and entirely given, nothing remaining but open and given. And what happens to the feminine? It opens as love in every moment as well. Open as burgeoning love, full as this moment. Who is it who yearns to feel adorned? Just as the masculine needs to feel trapped in order to feel a significant mission of importance, the feminine needs to feel unloved in order to take part in the heart-tugging drama of securing self-worth. What is there to do if you're so full of love that more love isn't possible? If you trusted love's abounding as all of life, then what would occupy your emotions? Unending and all abundant love is the end of the feminine drama. So if you have a feminine essence, you will test love, sabotage love, deny love. You'll learn to feel love, withstanding your tests, rebounding from your sabotages, asserting itself through your denials. You'll want your lover loving you even when you resist your lover, especially when you resist. It's love's persistence in the face of your denial that affords you valued pleasure. The feminine drama is about love conquering unlove. The feminine drama is about triumph of love over loss, just as the masculine adventure is about breaking out of constraints. Love and freedom describe your true nature, but yearning and struggle describe the story of your life. It's a lie that sustains your place in time. I want to say that again. It's one of the more profound statements I've read in a long time. Love and freedom are your true nature, but yearning and struggle are your ego identity, and your storyline that you have maintains the struggle. It's the lie that sustains your place in time. It's how we lose the present moment. We postpone it to the future. We're dwelling in the past. We're never in the present moment. Where does our freedom lie? In the present moment. Where does our nature's love lie? It lies in the present moment. And that's something we have to step off the Ferris wheel and quit. As St. Francis said, let me not so much seek to be love as to be love. Okay? Not to seek freedom, but to be freedom. That's your essence. That's your nature. And that's why we meditate. What we meditate is to let go of the drama. So the storyline that goes on in your head is a way that we harden. It's a way that we step into something that we can control. I can control my tasks. I can't control my sense of freedom. All I can do is make myself available. I can show up for it. I can wait upon it. I can allow it. I can quit arguing against it. So if you think about it, look at what goes on in your head and see if it's not an argument against being peaceful right now. If it's not about why I can't love, what is my excuse for why I'm not happy? What is my solution? So begin to look at these strategies and notice the minute you get into them, there's no possibility of attaining what you're looking for. Close the language door. You're not going to find it with language. Let go of striving. You're not going to find it through striving. Let go of control. What are you letting go of? You're not letting go of anything that's important on the journey. You're letting go of the obstacles to seeing that you're seeking you are right now. That's the joke. The joke is on us. It's like the turtle looking for its home. Its home is on its back. It carries it with it. You carry your true nature, the answer to your heart's deepest longing in you. We have to stop long enough to listen. So let's go ahead and begin our meditation. allowing yourself to settle into the silence. Feeling the spaciousness of silence, inviting your awareness to expand. Feeling the jagged re-entry as you detach from the external world, the internal world. Settling into the non-doing presence of simply being. Allowing the breath to find its own rhythm. Allowing your awareness of breath to attune you to the flow of energy that your life rides on. An abstract concept, but a present reality as the energies of life hit your senses. Awakening you, bringing you into the present moment. Perhaps you can feel the cells of your body responding by softening, relaxing, the shoulders dropping, the jaw loosening. Actually settling into your cushion instead of perched on top of it. Letting your awareness come to the pull of gravity. Feeling yourself supported. aware of the safe, sacred place that you've created for yourself. Let yourself feel I can let go. Nothing to do, nothing to understand. Allowing yourself to be awake to each moment that you pass through, savoring its blessings. Settling into the background of awareness, the container. And wholeheartedly watching the unfolding of the body-mind and its pained contents. Nothing to fix. Just the energy of your body unfolding in response to all the neglect, abuse that you've unintentionally inflicted on yourself. By denying the reality that you are love. It's not something you get or have. You are this awareness. Sitting back and watching the drama of your life, the story you tell yourself over and over again until you believe the story you've created. See how every time you get lost in the future or the past, you're one step further away from this moment, from the fulfillment of this moment. As you chase a fulfillment that exists in the future that never arrives. Breathing space into the chest. Softening the heart. As you breathe in the world. Letting go of the resistance to fear, to grief, even anger. Knowing it to be energy that's constricted. Letting go of the habitual resistances, feel the energy behind the form. And give that energy plenty of space. Plenty of freedom. And as it transmutes into the alchemy of awareness, it becomes life force energy that you use to love in return, and feel on the out breath the release. The free giving. Holding nothing back. as you become comfortable in the silence and the emptiness, look at what you've lost. Have you really lost anything in letting go of the struggle, letting go of the thoughts? No, that is the suffering. And what have you gained? You don't need a book or a guru to tell you that that moment of peace, that moment of freedom, that moment of worthiness is the most profound venture of all. kind of fun watching people popping back on it. Okay, questions, comments? Okay,
Do you want to do something?
yeah, Robert?
Bart, if you are a vampire, then are we not all vampires? That's what I believe to be the case.
Okay, you fill me in on that a little bit.
We we need each other. We need the blood. We need the essence. And you're an avatar of that uh, movement, that yearning, that desire that we have, and you're able to reflect it back through our group, and that is what binds us together in one of the many things that binds us. So I'm open to those who would refute me now.
I I was thinking about Bart, you said at one point, breathe in the world.
That was it.
And when you said that, my immediate reaction was, oh, I
Yeah.
resisted that. No, I
Say-
don't want that negativity. I don't want I didn't want to breathe in the world. And then I thought, wait a minute. If I can breathe the world into my heart and I don't know, somehow alchemize that and breathe it back out.
Mm.
And I started breathing in the world like it was my fucking job.
Nice.
It's an honor. It's not a job. But that's, you're exactly right. We give lip service to the words, but we don't understand the meaning behind it of what does it mean to open your heart to the world. And there's an actual practice, which I do every day, called Tonglen. And Tonglen, you breathe in what you don't want. And you say, may you be free of suffering, okay? And then I take on your suffering, and then I breathe out, may you live your life with ease. That's what I want. But instead of keeping it for myself, I give it away to you. Well, this disciplines you to reshape the whole way that you interact with the world, that it's not about me trying to get something. That's ego. It's not about me protecting myself from something. It's me opening. It's a different way of opening, so that flow of energy that Robert was just talking about. That's all there is. That's all that we are. We take energy in, we give energy out. That's the game, folks. Nothing more to it than that. But the subtleties and variations, that's the same as saying we listen to music and then we respond to it. Every moment is a different piece. It's a different flavor. It's a different nuance of that dance of energy that we call life, and participation in that, being open to being surprised by the next. Like with jazz, you don't know where it's going, but so often you find yourself almost anticipating where it did go, because it's got a meaning to it. It's got some intention behind it, and then you get surprised when it goes somewhere else. So what would happen if we really, instead of trying to direct the piece from our chair, we just totally surrendered to the song and let it be a dance. As Rumi says, I'm the flute. God's breath is playing me. I'm not. I'm just resonating it in my own unique way. That's all we do. I like to think of it sometimes as as crystals with different colors, different imperfections, and it's the same light being reflected through us, but we all reflect it differently, and that's because of the body, the physical instrument that we have. I read a wonderful thing from Dogen, the founder of the Soto School of Zen, and he said life is real. The life we're in is real, the thing out there, and it pre-existed us. And then we're born into it, okay? And we're going to ride for a while, and then we're going to drop out of it. And what is it? Is consciousness that's something that only comes in when we're born? Or is it that we're given a tuner, that our body's a tuner, and our tuner reaches a certain point where it can receive the signals that are out there, just like having a radio tuner. There are all these different channels out there being played. And then at some point, the tuner wears out. But the signals don't stop. And you're not the tuner, you're the signal, because the signal created the tuner. So you're an expression of those energies of life receiving itself, dancing with itself. So when the fear of separation dissolves, that my particular set of memories or associations of being in this body begin to dissipate, some magical things start happening in terms of being able to feel safe and trust that so much of our anxiety is, I want all my ego to survive me into the next life. All my wants, all my desires, all my dreams, my plans, I want to carry that over. That's all the shit that's making you miserable, folks. Why would you want an eternity of misery? Not this kid. So you kind of get stripped back to the essentials, disassembled. Anyhow, just a thought. Anybody else got anything?
So I just have a reflection.
Okay.
Okay, this is Billy. Go ahead.
So this is my third meditation, and as you know, I just graduated with my grad in counseling, and I'm finding that I have to unlearn a whole lot of life. And today's meditation and experience and what I've heard today has just shown me that I live in that tug of war. It has been a constant battle. And I found myself very difficult to stay present without the thoughts trying to roam. And I'm having to redirect them back to the here and now. And so I don't know how that looks. I don't know how that works yet. But thank you all for giving me a space to learn this.
Keep showing up and thank yourself. Thank yourself. Yeah, Pat.
Unmute. This is a brief poem that was in the New Yorker recently, but it's from Wendell Berry. So it's been, Okay, so this is called The Loved Ones. And I've had two losses of lifelong friends in recent times. And it's been, really difficult to kind of deal with that, of course. So it's called The Loved Ones. The loved ones we call the dead depart from us and for a while are absent. And then, as if called back by our love, they come near us again. They enter our dreams. We feel they have been near us when we have not thought of them. They're simply here, simply waiting while we are distracted among our obligations. At last it comes to us. They live now in the permanent world. We're the absent ones.
I love Barry. We'll have to maybe do Piece of Wild Things next week to start. Yeah, exactly. And that's the invitation. And Pat, I've had this discussion with everybody who's had experienced a grief is that they go to where they're everywhere now. They're not just in their physical bodies.
Mhm.
There's a book out now called The Secret of Secrets by Dan Brown, and it's about non-local awareness. And, you know, it's the current theory of consciousness. We can't find where memory and awareness happens in the body. So more and more science is confirming that we're more receivers than we are broadcasters. And that temporal, being in spatial and temporal contact with each other is not necessary for connection. As a matter of fact, it's easier to do long distance healing than it is to do close healing. It works more effectively over a distance. I don't understand why. Probably because there's not the interference of the physical body. But yeah, as I say, amazing things happen when you tune in at an energetic level.
Mhm.
And don't take separation as the reality. Separation is the illusion. There is no separate self.
Mm.
Self is a fiction created by your brain. We can even tell you what part of your brain creates this sense of isolation that we suffer from, all right? And it has a death grip on our lives. And the hardest thing is to trust that the connection that you're trying to get through your ego is available to you all the time if you quit striving for it. If you relax to it, okay? So it's an analogy I use, the analogy between treading water and floating. A person who's been taught that water drowns you is going to have a hell of a time learning to float, okay? But it doesn't mean that water doesn't support you. So someone like me who's saying just lay back and relax and life is going to hold you, you sound like a fucking madman, because every time you try to stop, you drown.
Treading water.
Yeah. But we don't see that it's the fear that's the enemy. It's not the water. The fear that water is going to do what you expect it to do. Life is going to do what you expect it to do. If you expect it to reject you and you operate from that premise, there's no way you get to connection. Logically explain to me how that's going to happen. Anybody?
Water doesn't,
Go ahead, Ashna.
quality of water doesn't change whether we struggle or float. Water is simply what it is. It's rather like an analogy Bart uses about gravity. Gravity is gravity. Whether you decide to jump off a building or not is up to you.
So it's my relationship to it. What's my relationship to it? Sherry, did you have something?
Me? Yes. When you said breathing the world, I had to think about it a second, but then I thought, oh boy,
Yeah.
I could feel it. I could feel that expanse of that word and your intent. And I felt really good about it, but my feeling on the edge was fear. My fear base has got to get shrinked up. And the way you explained it to the other person that remarked on your saying it, you rephrased it in a joyful way to be okay, accept that. So I really learned from that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. That reminded me of something. Okay. Where we get off cue, and in my counseling, Billy, this is something that I use a lot, is that what gets us into control is our innocent childhood narcissism. And that is when we land in these bodies, we can feel other people's pain. How many of you could feel other people's pain keenly? Okay. Now, what I mean by innocent narcissism is that we knew that we were love, and we felt we had the power to take away the pain of the people around us. And when you look at all the ways you've distorted yourself, they all have their root in this trying to protect ourselves by healing the pain of our parents, healing the pain of the system around us. So we were trying to control it, thinking that we're being altruistic. And this is where caretakers need to be careful. We think we're being altruistic, but we're really trying to protect ourselves. Now, the adult response is to learn, I'm not responsible for my parents' pain. I'm not responsible for the world's pain, okay? Not for fixing it. So look at the word responsible. It means the ability to. Because if I look at my clients as needing to be fixed, then I'm part of the problem, okay? My job is to see this is a natural consequence. You put this brain in this context, you end up with this person. That's nobody to blame. Tragic, yeah, really tragic, but no finger pointing. Then the question is, skillfully, how do I unlearn my reactivity and let that soften into, and this is something, again, research is showing, if you want to appear wise, wait 7 seconds before you respond to someone. Because, and notice how everybody wants to jump in, but no one wants to let it settle into where you really have a considered response. And what would it be like if we really took the time to listen? Sit with it, let it settle into our heart, let go of all the reactivity and then respond to it. How would it be different? Okay.
I like that whole twist on the word responsibility, the ability to respond.
Yeah.
Never connected that.
It's mine.
I love it.
You can have
Thank
it.
you. It's ours now.
It's ours.
You know, they're taking 7 seconds to respond.
Yeah.
I learned that by having Mary Scott as a piano teacher. Because anytime I would say something, she, you know how she goes, comes over her head, you can see the wheels turning,
Yep.
and then she responds.
Yep.
And that's how I learned that.
Yeah. Yeah.
However it comes to us, hopefully we learn it.
Yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow, 5 o'clock Central Time, we're going to have a different offering. I want to do some longer meditations. We're going to do a 44-minute meditation by Rupert Spira.
And we're going to play the recording of it?
We're going to play his recording, him leading it. He's got a British accent. It'll probably take us half the thing to figure out what he's saying. It's like watching Monty Python. That takes about 15 minutes to get to it. But
We need captions.
this one fits along with what we're saying. It's called Pouring Emptiness into the Body. Woo!
Pouring emptiness in.
Into the body, yes. So it fits with this whole theme I've been on of spaciousness, relaxing into spaciousness, and how to carry that spaciousness around in our body.
So that's 5 o'clock Central Time, by the way.
And we're trying to see how this time slot fits, and we may be offering a class entitled Soul Without Shame, which is learning about all the ways that we have constricted shame. Think about the negative emotions. Here's the thing. Anger, anxiety, angst, all have the same root in German. It means to constrict, okay? What does shame do when someone shames you? Okay. Guilt, constriction. They're not bad. What they do is they steal your life force energy. It's life force energy against life force energy. It exhausts you. So the skillful response is, phew. So learning how to undo all the shaming, all the negativity, all the self-hate, like postponing your life, is a form of self-hate. If someone said that was self-hate, most of us wouldn't reckon, oh, that's necessary to get ahead in this world. That's the lie we've been taught. Yeah, you get ahead in the world, but what have you got when you get ahead? You got nothing, except feeling dissatisfied with life because you thought, like, what's wrong with me? Now I'm retired and I feel irritable and bored and restless. So great job. Go get them, Tiger. All right, Om us out, Omi.
Okay. 3 rounds of Om and a wow. Deep breath in.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey. All right,
Tomorrow.
everybody.
Hey, Tim.
Damn, I love your earrings.
Thank you all.
Oh, they're records.
Love you, Drew.
Hi, we've got Nick in the house.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, Nick and Mark.
And Mark.
Right. Hey. Hey.
Alice.
Have a good
Yes.
weekend, you guys. I love you.
Love you too. Take care. Have a
Love you
great
all.
week. Maybe see y'all tomorrow.
Thanks, Fort Linnell.
Thanks.
welcome.
Yeah, we loved hearing everything you had to say. It's so helpful.
Oh,
Really is.